At dawn, when the first pale light slides over the grasslands and woodland edges, the rabbit's world quietly comes alive. Dew clings to blades of grass, carrying the cool breath of night, and from a shallow scrape beneath a thorny shrub a rabbit lifts its head, nose twitching as it reads the air. This simple movement, repeated countless times across continents, has been refined by millions of years of evolution. The rabbit is both ordinary and extraordinary, a small mammal whose survival depends on speed, awareness, and an intimate understanding of the landscape it inhabits. Rabbits belong to the order Lagomorpha, a group distinct from rodents, despite the common confusion. One of their defining traits is a second pair of incisors hidden behind the first, an adaptation that allows them to shear tough plant material efficiently. Their teeth grow continuously, a necessity for animals that feed on abrasive grasses and stems. From the European rabbit that once shaped entire ecosystems through its burrowing, to the desert cottontails of North America and the mountain-dwelling species of Asia, rabbits have diversified to occupy a remarkable range of habitats. Each species carries subtle differences in fur color, ear length, and body size, all fine-tuned to local conditions. The rabbit's body is built for vigilance and escape. Large eyes are positioned on the sides of the head, granting nearly panoramic vision. This wide field of view allows a rabbit to detect the faintest movement of a predator long before it draws close. Their ears, often long and highly mobile, are not just for hearing. They act as sensitive radar dishes, rotating independently to locate distant sounds, and in warmer climates they help regulate body temperature by releasing excess heat. Powerful hind legs store explosive energy, enabling sudden bursts of speed and sharp zigzag turns that can confuse pursuing predators. Life for a rabbit is defined by the constant tension between feeding and staying alive. Most rabbits are crepuscular, most active during the soft light of dawn and dusk, when predators are less efficient and temperatures are moderate. During these hours, they emerge to graze, clipping grasses, herbs, and tender shoots close to the ground. Their feeding shapes the plant communities around them, influencing which species thrive and which are kept in check. In this way, rabbits act as ecosystem engineers, even as they remain near the bottom of the food chain. Digestion in rabbits is a complex and specialized process. Plant material is low in nutrients, so rabbits must extract every possible calorie. They rely on a large cecum, a fermentation chamber where bacteria break down cellulose. To maximize efficiency, rabbits practice coprophagy, producing two types of droppings. The soft, nutrient-rich pellets are consumed directly from the anus, allowing vitamins and proteins to pass through the digestive system a second time. This behavior, often misunderstood, is essential to their health and survival. Shelter is another cornerstone of rabbit life. Many species dig burrows, creating underground networks that provide protection from predators and extreme weather. These burrows can be simple or complex, with multiple entrances and chambers. In social species, such as the European rabbit, these systems can become extensive warrens shared by multiple individuals and family groups. The underground world offers safety, but it also demands cooperation and tolerance, as space is limited and conflicts must be minimized. Reproduction in rabbits is famously rapid, a strategy shaped by high predation rates. Females can become pregnant shortly after giving birth, and gestation lasts only about a month. A single litter may include several blind, hairless kits, hidden in a shallow nest lined with fur plucked from the mother's own body. For the first weeks of life, the kits remain concealed, relying on camouflage and secrecy rather than defense. The mother visits briefly to nurse, minimizing the chance of drawing attention to the nest. This reproductive strategy ensures that, even with heavy losses, rabbit populations can recover quickly. Despite their vulnerability, rabbits are not passive creatures. They communicate through a range of subtle signals. A sharp thump of the hind foot against the ground sends vibrations through the soil, warning nearby rabbits of danger. Body posture, ear position, and facial expressions convey mood and intent. In social interactions, grooming reinforces bonds, while brief chases establish dominance without serious injury. These behaviors reflect a balance between cooperation and competition, shaped by the need to survive in open landscapes where danger is never far away. Predators play a constant role in shaping rabbit behavior and population dynamics. Foxes, hawks, owls, snakes, and even domestic animals all rely on rabbits as a food source. This pressure has made rabbits keystone prey species in many ecosystems. Fluctuations in rabbit numbers can ripple outward, affecting predator populations and plant growth alike. In some regions, the absence or abundance of rabbits has transformed landscapes, demonstrating how even small animals can exert outsized influence. Human history with rabbits is complex and often contradictory. In some cultures, rabbits have been hunted for meat and fur for thousands of years, valued for their efficiency in converting vegetation into protein. In others, they have been kept as companions, admired for their gentle behavior and expressive faces. The European rabbit, introduced by humans to new lands, became an invasive force in places like Australia, where it spread rapidly in the absence of natural predators. The resulting ecological damage led to dramatic attempts at control, including fencing and biological measures, highlighting the delicate balance between species and environment. Rabbits also occupy a powerful place in human imagination. They appear in folklore as symbols of fertility, cleverness, and trickery. From ancient myths to modern children's stories, the rabbit often represents both vulnerability and resilience. This cultural presence reflects our long coexistence with the species and our recognition of its adaptability in the face of adversity. In the wild, the daily rhythm of a rabbit's life continues with quiet determination. After feeding, it retreats to cover, resting while remaining alert. Even in sleep, its ears may flick at distant sounds, and its muscles remain ready to spring into action. Seasons bring changes in diet and behavior. In winter, rabbits may rely on bark and woody stems when fresh plants are scarce. In colder regions, their fur thickens, sometimes changing color to blend with snow-covered landscapes. Climate change and habitat loss now present new challenges. Expanding agriculture, urban development, and shifting weather patterns alter the availability of food and shelter. Some rabbit species adapt by moving closer to human environments, grazing on lawns and fields, while others decline as their specialized habitats disappear. Conservation efforts focus on protecting native species and restoring balanced ecosystems, recognizing that rabbits are integral threads in the ecological fabric. To observe a rabbit in its natural setting is to witness a life shaped by alertness and efficiency. A brief pause, a flick of the ears, and then a sudden burst of motion as it vanishes into cover, leaving only a trembling patch of grass behind. In that fleeting moment lies the essence of the rabbit's existence, a constant negotiation with the environment, guided by instinct, shaped by evolution, and sustained by an unyielding will to survive. Though small and often overlooked, the rabbit's story is vast, stretching across continents and centuries. It is a story of adaptation and balance, of vulnerability met with ingenuity. In the quiet margins of fields and forests, beneath the open sky and the watchful eyes of predators, rabbits continue their ancient dance with the land, reminding us that even the most modest creatures play essential roles in the grand narrative of nature.